Hello fellow ghouls and ghosts, it's time for another Down the Weeboo hole Top 10. Halloween is coming up and I think it's time we take a look at some of the darker things in anime. So today, we'll be looking at my top 10 creepy things in anime. These could be a character, a song, a moment, anything goes as long as it made me feel uneasy and made the hair on my arms stand up. Also, creepiness is subjective, so things I find creepy might not be creepy for you. So be sure to leave a list of your top 10 creepy things in anime in the comments below. Now, let us brace the darkness together.
Perhaps it is fortunate that the thick mist is abundant on this day as well, cloaking the terrors of these mysterious waters like a white veil.
I don't think anybody would categorize One Piece as a creepy anime, but this one moment in the Thriller Bark arc made me feel very unsettled. At the end of the arc, we are shown 3 dark shadows with supposedly red glowing eyes living inside the Florian triangle. They are never mentioned again in the story, and it is this mystery that creeps me out. Are they giant sea kings, or are they something more sinister? We just don't know, and that's the best way to do horror. The less we know, the scarier it is. As much as I want to know what these creatures are, another part of me wishes they remain an undiscovered mystery in the One Piece world. Pokemon is just a cute little anime about children capturing monsters. Nope! As soon as we are introduced to Sabrina, Pokemon takes a dark turn. The episodes with Sabrina scared me as a kid, and for good reason. There is a creepy doll that possesses a part of Sabrina's personality, also Sabrina at some point turns Misty and Brock into dolls, and then we learn that Sabrina actually turned her own mother into a doll. You know what? Dolls are just really creepy, and Sabrina is really creepy, and it's been 20 years since I first seen these episodes, and they are still really damn creepy. Next on the list is another scene from anime that scarred me as a child. Although I find Cell to be an interesting antagonist, his reveal is nothing less than horrifying. We are first shown the aftermath of Cell's destruction by seeing clothes littering the streets of Gingertown, with no hint of human life anywhere. When we are finally shown Cell, we watch him devour the life force from a man. This scene is disturbing to watch as they do not shy away from showing every detail of this man shriveling up and eventually disappearing into nothingness. Without a doubt, this scene was an excellent way to introduce Cell and show how much of a threat he is for the inhabitants of the Dragon Ball world. Every time I would hear Call of the Witch in Re:Zero, I would get shivers down my spine. This haunting little song appears at various points in Re:Zero, usually when Subaru tries to tell someone about his time-traveling power. The song perfectly reflects the mystery of this witch figure and displays the absolute despair Subaru feels when he's trapped in a time cycle that he cannot escape from. And even though Call of the Witch creeps me out, I still enjoy listening to it as I find it the most iconic song from Re:Zero. If you've watched our Paranoia Agent discussion, you would know that both Jordan and I are terrified of this opening. The creepiness of this opening stems from a juxtaposition of the visuals we are witnessing and the song we are hearing. The song is upbeat, and the visuals display the characters from the anime laughing, and these two things should work in tandem. However, we are able to see that there is devious malice behind this laughter, and this makes the entire opening disconcerting to watch. Before doing this top 10, I had only watched the opening once because I would skip it every other time just because of how anxious and uncomfortable the opening would make me feel.
Ari no Meru. Omae-san wa nan ni mo wakattai ne yo.
The Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter has some of the most brutal and creepy scenes in the entire series. But if I was to choose one scene that really stood out to me, it would be the Chancellor's face when he's gonna blow up Meruem with a miniature rose. Up to this point, Chancellor Netero was seen as a wise and strong and yet silly character, and to see this character morph into a manifestation of human destruction was horrifying to watch. The anime did a fantastic job showing the darkness of the human spirit in Netero's face, with his eyes darkened and the heavy line work showing every wrinkle. The sad thing is that now whenever I think of Chancellor Netero, this is the face that appears in my mind.
Hurry! Make a contract with me before it's too late!
Every single second of this show made me feel uneasy. Even when it was just the slice of life parts, I felt something awful was going to happen. This fear of the unexpected was prevalent throughout my entire watching experience. Every interaction with Hyobe freaked me out. Watching Saika delve into despair freaked me out. The cute magical girl visuals juxtaposed with a dark and disturbing plot freaked me out. The labyrinths that were both beautiful and creepy freaked me out. Madoka taking forever to become a magical girl freaked me out. Everything in this show just freaked me out. And I just can't stress how wonderfully dark this anime is, and that everyone should just check this series out. The last nostalgic moment that freaked me out on this list is from Digimon Tamers. Jeri, who has become a host for the D-Reaper, is suffering from intense depression from losing her partner Digimon, Leomon. During this time, we are shown a dream Jeri is having where a younger version of herself is at the hospital, and her mother has just died. She runs away from the corpse and comes into contact with current Jeri, who has no eyes and is wielding a grotesque and living version of her dog puppet. This is what happens when you let the writer of Serial Experiments Lane get their hands on Digimon. And you know what? I love it.
I think the time has come to put our daughter to rest.
I know.
I don't care what anyone says. The Junji Ito collection that came out earlier this year was really creepy, and I've been working on a video discussing what that series did right. So for now, I'm just going to list the stories that creep me out. Helldoll Funeral, The Long Dream, Boy at the Crossroads, Slug Girl, Shiver, The Ongoing Tale of Oshikiri Collection, Town of No Roads, Honored Ancestors, Painter, Blood Bubble Bushes, Grease, Scarecrow, Smashed, and both of the Tomy OVAs.
I trust you, Mr. Me-Mania. I'll always be with you and I'll never change. Not a bit, but I have a problem. It's that imposter. She keeps getting in my way.
Number 1 goes to Me-Mania from Perfect Blue, my favorite anime film I've watched so far. Everything about this guy is so creepy, from his warped and grotesque face to his obsession of MIMA. And we definitely cannot forget about that screwdriver scene. The scariest part about this character is how real he is. How he represents how some people can lose themselves in their fantasies and are incapable of living in reality, and how the internet allows us to do this. It is truly terrifying to see that this film was created 20 years ago, and that these anxieties about the internet were already being expressed. I highly recommend watching this film if you're in the mood for something smart and creepy. And it's kind of sad. As I get older, monsters and ghosts just don't seem that scary anymore, and that the things I should be afraid of could be living right next door. This has been Jake from Down the Weeboo Hole, telling you to be safe this Halloween, and that Me-Mania is the creepiest thing in anime.